Hello everyone. Today my topic is handwritten digit recognition using multi-layer perceptron. Basically, I have used a GitHub repository of a track help machine learning experiments. So I am using his repository and going through this project, and I will explain you how this project works. So let's start it. So basically, what is our main idea behind this project is we have a handwritten characters and we have to recognize what is the real value, what is the real number behind this particular handwritten object. So here is the example that you can say we have given we have given multiple data set to particular recognition of the 0 1 2 3. So we have given many designs of the particular 0. So accordingly, after our model will run, we can recognize the particular object given, which is a 0 1 or any digit. So this is how this program will work. Now let's start. So first of all, we have use import depend what we are going to import in our project. So we have used TensorFlow for developing and training ML models, Matplotlib for plotting the data, Seaborn for plotting confusion matrix, NumPy for linear algebra operations, Pandas for displaying training test datasets, Math for calculating square roots, Dit and Time for generating a log folder names. So yeah, these are our basic requirements for our projects. Now we'll start with the TensorFlow version 2.x. We have imported all the libraries, and we have used print function to find the versions that what version we are using. Python for TensorFlow and for Keras. So yeah, that's our basic requirements. Now we are configuring the tensor board. So first of all, we have extended the tensor board. Now we can remove any logs, previously created logs, using rm minus rf. Now we have used the MNIST database, and for that it's a kind of images of a particular digits, like how we have taken the 0 to 10, 0 to 9 digits in a plenty of images. How we have used the plenty of images of a 0 to 9 digits, and for that we have used MNIST database. Now we are loading those database into two parts, which is a training and a testing. For training we have x variable and y variable, and for testing also we have x test and y test. Here in our and we can say that the using the print function we can have those database also. Like for x train we have a 60,000 images, and we have label, we have store, which is in a y variable, y underscore train. So and same for the x test and y test. Using data frames we can identify this, that the what are the images concluded, like whether they are 0 to 10, this kind of images that we have used. Now we are going to use show function to display one of our images, which is, we can say that as per our image we can say that this is a kind of image of 5. Now we have choose plenty of images from our data sets, and we have shown those images. For that we have used plot subplot functions for showing those into our grid. Now next work that we are going to do is normalizing our database xtrain and xtest. Then we have displayed the function of our xtrain normalized over here. Now we can again showing them the 5 as our image. We have used sequential Keras model with 4 layers, which are flattened, input dense, hidden dense, output dense. In the example, we will use kernel recognition parameter of the layer to control overfitting of the model. Another common approach to fight overfitting through might be use deploy layers. Hello everyone. So guys, first of all that I have mentioned that we are going to use three layers: input layers, hidden layers and output layers. In input layers we will gonna divide it into flattened and dense layers, and we are going to use dense layer for our hidden layer also, and we'll have an output layer with showing that the which are the possible output, whether which would be 10 digits, right, 0 to 9. Now using model summary, we can see our model that we have built, right? So yeah, this is our dense 1, dense 2, total params, to trainable params and non-trainable params. Now the next is, in order to plot the model, the GraphViz should be installed. For macOS it may be installed using the brew install GraphViz. Yeah, the tf.keras.utils.plot model, we have shown that the show shapes equals to true, show layers equals to name. So yeah, what we have done, we have given input to input layers, then flatten, then dense, dense and dense. Compile the model. We have used the Adam optimizer for compiling our model. Now we have used compile our model. Now training our model. Now we have made our model. Now we are going to fit. Now we are going to train our model using this model.fit, where we are going to add xtrain normalize and ytrain with 10 epochs. We are going to use validation data as x test normalize and y test. As you can see, we have used 10 epochs. After that we can get validation accuracy of 0.6, 0.96 and 4. Now we have used plot x label and plot y label. As you can see that the our test accuracy and the training set accuracy, which is given over here. Now we have, as the epoch increases, our loss has decreased, and same for our accuracy. As the epoch has increased, our accuracy has also increased. Evaluate the model accuracy. We need to compare the accuracy of our model on training set and on test set. We expect our model to perform similar on both sets. So yeah, we have seen that training loss, which is 0.18, and trainee accuracy 0.97, and validation loss 0.20, and validation accuracy is 0.96. Now we can save our model also using model.save. We can load our saved model also for our next another use. Prediction one hot dot shape, this is also given over here. Now we have predict our module, which is we have plot the 7 over here, and we can get to show that what would be the possibility of getting this 7, and for that we have added one confusion metric also, debugging the model also. So this is how we can say that using our model we have consumed, and we have analyzed what will be the digit over here. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel.